On Second Shot, we tackle 2 new headlines every week to find out what kind of wisdom the world is dishing out today. And we want you to be a part of that. When you see a headline you want to take a second shot at, or if you're looking for advice, or just want to tell us what you think of the show, email us at secondshotcast@gmail.com. If you like what you hear, rate us on iTunes. This helps us move up in the ratings so more people will see us. And if you want to hear more, subscribe to the show so that the new episodes will get straight to you every single Friday. We love you. Thanks for listening and enjoy.
Heath Oaks is a millennial mogul whose ignorance on fire led him to fail his way to success. Jenny Anchondo is an Emmy award-winning journalist whose sharp eye and biting wit have led to her storied career in television. Together, they tackle today's headlines in a way only an odd couple with a dash of perfect opposite can. So kick back, relax, and join the conversation. This is Second Shot with your hosts, Heath and Jenny.
So a couple weeks back, we had 2 weekends in a row where we did these 3-day trip, like a 3-day trip, 2 weekends in a row, Friday through Sunday. One was Dominican Republic for a cousin's wedding. Then the very next weekend, we were in California for more unfortunate events of Jenny's grandma had passed away, and so they were doing the remembering her life and stuff that weekend. We were in California that weekend. Now, it's interesting of how much more peaceful it was on that plane with Jenny and I versus Jenny and I in Brighton.
To the Dominican versus to LA.
Oh, man. So Jenny, Zach, and Matt in here, as always.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
But, like, we literally were playing Russian roulette with Brighton the whole way to California base, keeping her, like, by the time I got done, I had...
Russian roulette? I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I mean, just passing her around and, like, in the ground, like in the ground, like to the floor, setting her, holding her...
It's like hot potato.
Hot potato.
Yeah, sure.
You know what? Screw y'all.
So I get it. I understand.
But it was mass chaos.
Yeah.
Was this her first flight?
No.
Oh my gosh, no. She's flown a ton. Is she any better at it? No.
No.
But with each age, they just and parents will understand this, and we're now learning to understand this, that they just change so much in between flights that you have to really reformulate your game.
Oh yeah.
It's like, you can't do what you did 2 months prior because that no longer keeps them still.
Yep.
You know,
Nothing keeps her still.
Every time I'm on a flight, I think like a lot of adults struggle with little children on flights. But there's always a part of me that thinks to myself, we're all children at heart. And like deep down, that kid crying over there, that's what I'd do. If I
you
could,
were allowed to.
deep down, that's how I really feel deep down inside. So.
Like, if I gotta be stuck on this thing, I'm just gonna cry.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
What is have you guys found?
No.
I guess not found a secret, but is there something that works more often than not to keep her calm? I
think we definitely have found some things. There are certain snacks that we never give her that we will bring on. Like we really knock on wood, try very hard not to give her any processed food. So we'll bring on like these little sort of like organic dried things. That she loves, that's exciting for her. She loves stickers. We'll bring in a couple different toys that she's never used before, hasn't used for a long time, so that they're sort of like new and unique.
So it's like an event almost.
It is.
That can make it special.
I mean, it's a whole...
Wait. There's one thing.
What, babe?
That always works now with Brighton.
What?
Always, you can keep her still as long as you want to.
Oh, that's right.
Go to Instagram, #babies.
Oh, no.
And she will watch baby videos all day.
Or just look at pictures of babies.
Look at pictures
she
of
loves babies.
She'll be kissing it and everything. It is absolutely crazy how much she loves babies.
Is it a real thing?
Yes, and she'll get frantic.
Babies.
Like we met baby Cody, who is, I guess, like her second cousin. And we told her about Cody, hyped her up. She met him. Now she'll request baby Cody. And if you don't do it, she gets frantic. Baby Cody. She wants to look at pictures of Cody.
It's so funny.
That's so interesting.
She loves babies.
I've never heard of this phenomenon.
So I don't know if that's a hack that will help any other parents, but it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
She loves babies.
Well, speaking of life hacks, we have a headline that's a little derivative this week. WhatsApp, the messaging system owned by Facebook, experienced a security flaw that could let hackers access people's phones. WhatsApp is a private messaging system that Facebook owns. Apparently, there was a vulnerability that hackers exploited that involved placing calls to people that somehow got them into phones, and they could lift information and photos and all kinds of stuff. It was a whole thing. Facebook issued a statement. They walked it back. They said, it's all good. We fixed the exploit. Don't worry about it. But what this got us thinking is people's lives were attached to this, right?
Yep.
People's lives were hacked. And that made us think of life hacks.
Zach was laughing himself on that.
That's true.
You like to know that
You
was
see me
good.
literally patting myself on the back.
Well, you guys both had some really good life hacks, so we thought, what a cool, sort of jumping off point to share some of our life hacks, and maybe we can get the Facebook group in on this too.
Yeah, I thought it'd be cool for everybody to share life hacks.
Yeah.
But like you just said though too, I think it'd be really cool too when this episode comes out. If you're on in the Second Shot Facebook group, go leave your life hack on the Second Shot Facebook group too, so for everybody to do it. We need to share life hacks more often.
Maybe start a thread or something.
Yes.
Maybe whenever
Life hacks are
this
great.
thing goes out.
I'm a Redditor, and I shouldn't be, but I am. And there's a subreddit I subscribe to called Our Life Hacks, and it's just people who just post life hacks, little things they stumble onto, and simple stuff like it can be anything from like I put Velcro on the back of my remote control, so I stick it to a thing and I never lose it.
Oh, I like that.
Or
that's good.
Or it's stuff that goes further, like hey, when I'm gonna move, right, like apartments, I wrap a trash bag around my t-shirts on my hangers, and then put the top at the hanger so the t-shirts can't fall off. And I move it like that, get to the new place, hang it, take the trash bag off, boom. Didn't have to pack anything or roll anything. Yeah. So like you get a varying degree of that kind of stuff, but man, we're so fascinated by it.
What is a life hack? Maybe somebody goes, well, what is that?
What are you talking about?
So just any little trick or tip to make your life a little bit easier, or something, to me, it's also something that can make you be more efficient but doesn't cost more money, or that you can just use things you have around the house as opposed to going and buying something. I don't know. I don't know if that's the official Merriam-Webster definition.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, share.
So I mentioned one in the email that when we talked back and forth about this, which I don't know if it quite qualifies as a life hack, but to me it did. For when we got married, we got a pizza stone as a gift. It was one of our wedding gifts. Which, if you don't know what that is, it's just like a large flat stone, basically. It feels like a tile, and you put it in the oven and you make pizza on it. And I thought we're never going to use this because we don't make pizza at home. But then I realized you can use it for leftover pizza. And if you take your cold pizza, you heat up the pizza stone, and you put it in there for a few minutes, it comes out as if it were brand new, as if you just got it from the delivery. And it's so much better than microwave. It's so much better than trying to do it any other way. You get that crisp. It's nice. I love it. I think it's, if you have one or you don't have one and you love pizza, you love getting pizza delivered, it's a great way to make that leftover pizza have a whole new life.
Oh, I like that. That's a really good one.
Yeah. I've got a couple, and I'm kind of ashamed of both of them because both of them involve food.
Mine do too. Yeah, like the ones I have left are food related as well.
The one I can think of off the top of my head that doesn't involve food, if you ever get a permanent marker on a dry erase board, you just take dry erase marker and go over it, and then it'll erase right off. You can knock a Sharpie off the dry
I
erase
did not
board.
know that.
Yeah.
What about crayons on the walls?
That's a good question. Yeah. I don't have an answer for that. It's probably something like mayonnaise or something weird that fixes that. But my immediate life hack is related to Chipotle.
Yeah.
Oh, please do. Tell me more. They have non-GMO food.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Nice. Although, bummer when I'm thinking about it. I shouldn't slant Chipotle, but like they don't recycle. Really?
They don't?
Not the one I've been to.
That's a problem at a lot of restaurants that I think needs to change.
Yeah, maybe different places too. But anyway, if you go to Chipotle and you want to get more meat, more protein as they call it, right? What you do is you order 2 half scoops. But before you say, hey, can I get half a scoop of steak and half a scoop of chicken, you just say, can I get chicken? And then when they're like when they already scoop it before they put it on there, you go, wait. Can I get half and half? And there's like, so you're just tricking them.
Right. So this is a life hack.
This is epic. This is epic. Zach is scamming Chipotle out of chicken.
This is theft.
It's 70 cents of pure protein. Let me tell you.
I realized
and the shame
that
that
they
comes.
And
they
this
would
is
mix it up for you.
keto hacks.
Hey, keto and Chipotle go together like peas and carrots. Let me tell you. So, but yeah, I'm ashamed of myself.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
It's not
great
great.
I love the explanation.
Yeah.
My other, I'll say my other 2 right now is for grilled cheese. I tell everybody this because I think this is the best thing I've ever found out. Was if you like grilled cheese, which I don't know if anybody does or does not like grilled cheese. Mm-hmm. The normal process is to put a little butter on in the pan or something like something, or oil or something like that. I have found that if you take the ungrilled bread, fresh bread,
okay.
And you spread a thin layer of mayonnaise on the outside. So you take mayonnaise, spread it as if you were spreading it for a sandwich.
On the outside and the inside?
No, just the outside.
Okay.
Just the outside,
The side
like
that will be on the pan.
the grilling surface, basically. spread it on the mayonnaise, put the cheese in there like normal, and use that instead of butter. It makes it perfectly crisp. It tastes amazing, and you don't have this weird it coats it evenly across the entire thing. So use butter or use mayonnaise instead of butter or oil, and it comes out perfectly.
Butter or mayonnaise?
Well, it depends on the type that you're getting. Yeah, it depends on the brand.
I'm sure you can find a way. Look, I didn't say it was a healthy life hack. I said it was a delicious life hack.
Yes, it's a delicious.
What's your life hack?
Okay, I made a list of like my favorites.
I really don't even know if I have a life hack.
I'm sure you do.
You just can't think, right? Like they exist. They're things you do in your life. I'm sure.
Okay, these are well. First, I'm going to give like my beauty on a budget life hacks. First one is to get a polish change instead of a full manicure. And you basically still get the same thing. Like when you go in to get a shellac manicure, it can be like $45. If you get a polish change, it's like $20, and it's way faster, and they aren't like pulling at all your cuticles and everything like that. So that is my life hack for that. I'm sure like all three of you are like, this is so dumb.
I'll pass it.
No, that will come around someday. I'll need to know that.
The next budget beauty life hack is to go to a beauty school for facials, massages, hair, anything. It is so inexpensive. I'm not kidding you. Like $10 for manicures. You can sometimes get like a $20 full hour massage or 90-minute massage. Ooh. And it's all regulated by, you know, it's not like you're just going rogue. I mean, there are instructors there. It does take a little bit longer, but I did this all through my early years in news for hair and everything like that. And it is amazing.
Well, I'm thinking about it. My dad, he's a teacher. 8 days away from retirement, by the way. 35 years in teaching. He's almost done. I know. I'm very excited.
He's going to have more time to listen to you on Second Shot.
It's true. Yeah. We're going to subscribe today. He takes his car, because he's got this old Jeep that he drives around and works on Saturdays. He takes it, big things he can't get fixed, like transmission and clutch. He takes it to get it fixed at the school auto shop. And
see?
The car,
same idea.
Whatever. Yeah, it's like half price. It's super cheap. Yeah,
well,
you just pay for
with
parts.
dental school, too.
Yeah.
Now you can go to the dental schools and get your dental hygienist. Now, I actually do have a very good little life hack related to insurance.
Ooh.
So, people with medical bills, right? If you got medical bills, here's a good life hack. Number one, you can always negotiate medical bills like negotiating a car. A lot of people don't realize that.
I would not.
Number two, there are a lot of companies out there that will do it on your behalf and only take money from it if they save you money. So, if you don't want to do it yourself. So, back in the day, I'd always teach people before these kind of medical companies come around, and you could, you can go look up Wellcard, WELLCARD, and it's pretty much free if it costs anything. It may cost a little bit, but they have a little medical billing system that'll help you with your medical bills, because it's like trying to read Greek if you don't do that for a living. Or you just call the hospital, and if they say it's a $7,000 bill, you tell them, I'll pay $4,000. That's all I've got. And I'll do it on this amount a month for this long. Most of the time they're going to do it because that's the chances of them actually getting their money versus not. So never pay full price at the hospital. Always call and negotiate like you're buying a car.
Really?
I had no idea.
I would definitely think I couldn't haggle when like my surgery wounds are still healing. I'm just like, no, I'm not going to pay that.
Yeah.
I just assume I got to pay it.
So haggle everything. Use life hacks. Takes everybody else's. I think what we're going to do on the third segment.
I was going to say, she's got more, and I want to know what they are.
Okay. Go.
Oh, now?
No.
I'm in the third segment.
Yeah, I was like at the third segment. I want to bring them back up. All right, we'll be back in a minute. The second segment, a second shot.
He makes up words, she translates them. Heath and Jenny host more of Second Shot, coming up on RNCN.
To all of my friends in the great state of Texas, if you have not taken advantage, I have a way to save you a ton of money. I have saved over about $3,000 in the last year, and I have no hassle. Go to energyogre.com, put in the promo code SECONDSHOT. Now listen, promo code SECONDSHOT, and you're going to get a free month just for signing up and saving a ton of money. So don't be crazy. Stop sitting around talking about, is this the real deal? And go do it right now. energyogre.com, promo code SECONDSHOT, and a free month. Thanks. Go get it now. Run.
Ready? Aim. Fire. Second Shot is back for another round on RNCN.
Somehow Topo Chico keeps getting pulled into this show from like that deal we did at the Dallas Startup Week like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Topo Chico was there handing them out, and Now every time I turn around, everybody's got Topo Chico except
And
for
you
me.
and Chad talked about it?
Yeah,
Was that
Yeah.
At the Dallas Startup Week.
Yeah, we were right next to a cooler that was just chock full of Topo Chico. So you guys were like, "What's that?" One of you, I think, hadn't had it before. Maybe Chad. And
I had never had it.
yeah, so we tried it live on the show, and turned out Topo Chico is not a Heath Oaks favorite, but
No.
I dig it. So yeah.
Yeah, but that
More for me.
more for Jenny and Zach and Matt. They
Yeah.
can tear up all the Topo. I got my sparkling ice. I love these things.
Sparkling ice,
I don't even
strawberry
know what-
lemonade.
I don't even know what these are, but they're good.
Mineral water is an acquired taste. I think it takes
agree.
a little bit to get used to it.
I suppose you're right. So, our second story, SAT exams to give students adversity score in a bid to level college admissions playing fields. A new adversity score assigned to the College Board on the SAT exam will reportedly reflect students' family income, environment, and educational differences in an effort to level the playing field in the highly competitive college admissions process. The Wall Street Journal reported this. People have been batting it back and forth. Some people think, well, it's probably good to be able to evaluate grit and the kind of background somebody comes from to establish whether or not they should be given an opportunity. Other people say, well, that shouldn't necessarily put them in front of others. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about this.
You want to brought this up? I wanted you to run with it.
I did bring this up.
I got hot takes, but I want to hear yours.
Well, so just for if somebody's new to the show, first of all, this is sort of an unconventional episode anyway, because we started out with all of our life hacks, and now we're taking the second shot at the article. So not really sharing opinions on whether we think students should get an adversity score.
Right.
But what this made me think about was that obviously people are seeing some relevance, and they're seeing some actual tangible value in people having gone through adversity, but yet still making it through the application process to apply for this school, right? That's sort of what this is showing. Is somebody out there who's coming up with this idea thinks that, gosh, if this person's been through a lot, say a hard home situation, or maybe they had a learning disability, or maybe they had a hard transportation situation to get to school, or a single parent or something like that. Well, then we're going to put value on that. So it made me think, if we started sharing our own stories of adversity in our own lives, a lot of people are going to give us a score for that. A lot of people are going to give us some credit for that as you share, your business or whatever it is that you're putting out there to the world. For example, Heath shares a lot about having dealt with dyslexia at a young age in his book, and he's talked about it on the podcast and stuff too. And I do see a lot of people sort of leaning into him because of that and thinking, gosh, wow, they give him some credit for that. He gets some credit for that in business and life, as opposed to trying to hide it, as opposed to trying to hide his adversity, or having gone to a small school, or having not been, the best in school. People are like, wow, and even still, you've done this, and it makes him even more impressive.
Right.
And it's almost the same thing, don't you think, when it comes to people that, like with age. I have a lot of people that are young that are always be like, hey, well, how did you do that? How did you get ahead being young? Because nobody will take me serious, or, I can't sell real estate, or I can't sell insurance young, like that nobody right? Or get started young. I mean, you dealt with this in the TV business, right? Like, it's like they want you to look older. I was
the intern.
Well, then they want you to look older, but then they want you to look younger,
too
and then
old.
it's like whatever, Yeah. But I've always said, look, I used my age as a I just owned it.
Yeah.
And would crack the joke with it with people, and would let them know what I knew and didn't know. And instead of trying to hide behind me being young, and then your arrogance gets a hold of you and you're not able to admit anything wrong, and you end up screwing up a lot of things, versus just saying, I know I'm young, but I'm going to outwork you.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to out hustle. I'm going to do all the things that I can do and I can control. I can control my age, I just took all those factors out.
Well, and I think about my first news job, my first TV job. We had someone who'd been a reality star on Big Brother and also been Miss Washington and came from this really well-educated family.
Wow.
And then we had somebody else who was on that ESPN Dream Job show and came from, again, this really just well-off, well-educated family. And then I come from an awesome family too, but we have a different story. We have the story of, me riding my bike to Taco Bell to be a dishwasher at, starting on my 15th birthday, because that's when they could start it, so I could save money for college. Went to a state school, not a broadcast school, all those things. So we all have different stories, but I can, explain my own sort of adversity score. So sure, I may not have the Ivy League education, but I will ride my bike to a fast food job in order to pay for what I did have. So that doesn't make me better or worse, but it is my personal story. And I think that helps people to better connect to your values and what you're about.
Well, it's a recognition, right, that the things you've been through have value, and you could look at them as a hindrance, but you could also look at them as, this is what makes me who I am. Yes, I may be young. Yes, I may have some sort of disability, or yes, I may have had a hard time growing up, but it all factors into who I am now, and that has value in itself. And you can choose to, try to hide behind that and try to act like you're perfect.
Yeah.
Or you can recognize that nobody's perfect, and we all have our own stories, and we all have our own hardship score, and embrace that in a way.
And it seems weird to take something so subjective, something that's so much a feeling, and try to put it on a scale from 0 to 100. Because that's what this is, and this goes into how it's rated,
and that's why it's hard to quantify something like that. Yeah.
Who can say what qualifies somebody as having hardship or privilege, and I don't know.
Yeah, you know who can? You. Right. About your dang self, and that's what she's talking about. What I love is that it's have your own adversity score and own that adversity score. It's honestly, it sounds really corny of if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't, right? If your adversities are something you use to propel you, they will. If you use them to hold you back, they will. If you sit there and say these things that I've had against me my whole life, and it's just the whole world trying to get me down,
that's the story you're telling. Yeah, that's the story.
What I love that you just said is and that's all about your mindset. Was you a lot of people would say, well, I didn't have that family kind of life growing up, but you said the way you phrased it was, this was our story. Our story was different. That's a positive mind frame set that obviously is ingrained, because that's just how you naturally said it, right?
Right.
And that's what I love. It's it's not what they have versus what I have. It is, that's their story. This is my story.
And they can all be good too, because the other thing I don't want to say or see in the world is that just because people seemingly had a great life, that they shouldn't do well. They still have to do the work too. I mean, there's none of that. There's no, if you didn't seem to have adversity, you shouldn't have success. I think what we're saying is just find whatever is unique about your story, because the truth is we all have adversity, even with that perfect house and family and money and education and stuff. Believe me, they have adversity. We all do. But just sort of owning up to that and counting up the, looking back on counting up the things that you have been through. Even if you're not proving it to somebody else, maybe you're proving it to yourself. Wow, you know what? I did make it through that, and I can make it through this next step.
You're right. Problems scale. It's something we've talked about before with structure of pay scale. I mean, Matt and I, not on the show, but the idea that, okay, well, if you make this much money, you have problems, but when you make more money, you'll still find ways to spend it. You'll still have problems. It doesn't just go away. There's never a metric for it looks like you had everything, and that's just the way it was. Everybody's got problems.
To quote a rap song.
Zach over there quoting, throwing down lyrics.
It's totally true.
I had a mentor that taught me, David Moskowitz taught me early on and said, one of the biggest deals was if agents or anything complained and wanted to be moved from a manager, he would never move them, no matter what the complaints were. He goes, because when you open the floodgate, once a manager comes down harder on an agent, they want to be moved, right? And they always want to be moved. He goes, I always tell them, you succeed in spite of your management. Do that, and I'll move you. Succeed in spite of the management. And I think about it of your adversity score, right, that you talk about here, and all the adversity things. It's succeed in spite of the adversity that's come your way. Hold that as a candle to want to hold on to.
You've definitely done that, babe.
Yeah.
Poster child.
Poster child. There are a lot worse. There are a lot of people that have a lot worse than me.
Of course. Well, yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And I think that there's so. I mean, look, I can barely speak, spell, read, and write, and I married a journalist, a hot journalist. I mean,
you host a podcast, Right? You wrote a book. It all worked out. Yeah. No, you're right.
But don't you think it was me owning my grammar was key?
That was key, yes.
I don't know, have we ever told that story?
Have we talked about that?
Owning your grammar?
That story.
When we were very first dating and we were texting, and one of Heath's friends said, oh, she's not going to date you.
Right.
Oh, she'll dump you in no time.
Uh-huh.
And Heath was like, why?
Yes.
Why? And Ty said, well, because your grammar sucks.
And she's a journalist.
Right.
And so Heath texted me early on and was like, hey, just so you know, I know that my spelling and grammar and use of the English language is terrible.
Yeah.
And I actually did sort of give him credit for self-awareness. I thought to myself, okay, there was something that it took my guard down a little bit, because being self-aware is much more important than being a good speller via text message. It was more of like a subconscious thing, though. I mean, I'm certainly not somebody who goes through and looks at your Facebook post and, oh, well, he has a typo here or something. But that is one of my giftings,
that's like your forte.
Is the English language. I mean, that's what I
Right.
studied. That's what I enjoy. That's what I'm naturally good at. I will not notice your math error.
Exactly.
I just won't.
Sure.
So it was beneficial that he kind of pointed it out, because then I was thinking to myself, oh, okay.
It's
I
like
don't
you
have to
can
worry
get
about
over
that.
it.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, at the end of the day, you're not. Want to cuddle up with somebody who's just good at spelling.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? You want like a whole human, awesome, fun person.
But it's nice to know that I'm not sitting there trying to act like I'm somebody smart and I really can't spell. It's like if you're trying to act like you're something and it doesn't work
Sure.
out, is what's tougher.
I had a friend a long time ago that forgot another friend's birthday, and the other friend was a little upset. And the first friend said, like, look, I didn't forget about your birthday because I don't care about your birthday. I forgot because I'm just a forgetful person. Like, that's what it is. I'm just, it's not that I don't care. I do. I just, I forget a lot of things, I guess. And
Right in the calendar.
I don't know. Right in the calendar. Yeah.
Facebook is a savior these days. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
You should always put your birthday on Facebook.
Please.
Please.
So, rate your adversity score. Nobody else can do that for you. Rate your own adversity score, put it on your own scale, and take it as a banner to get you forward as this is what you did. Because honestly, owning it, moving on with it is what's going to help all the other people that are going through similar things to know that they can pull through whenever those things hit them and life knocks them down. So we'll be back in a minute for the third segment of Second Shot.
Now that's what I call ignorance on fire. More of Heath and Jenny still to come.
You guys have been listening to Second Shot and hearing us talk about it. You need to go pick up my book, Ignorance on Fire, A Journey of Failing Your Way to Success. You can get it on Amazon in a paper book. You can also hear this beautiful voice of mine in audiobook style on Audible or anywhere you're going to get your audiobooks. Guys, this book took a lot of time to put into it, and I believe it can really be some life-changing stuff to help you on your path to success. And hopefully you're going to fail your way to success just like I did. Ignorance on Fire, A Journey of Failing Your Way to Success. Amazon.com, Audible.com, audiobooks, paper books, everything. Get it, share it with your people, and I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Go pick it up today.
Kick off your boots or suit up. The choice is yours. Welcome back to Second Shot on RNCN.
Just for anybody who knows, you're missing out if you're not joined the Second Shot Facebook group. You need to go join. We've got a lot of epic stuff. What I love is when people post that they've downloaded the audiobook of my book and reading it. I love that part.
That's bonus
We
points.
did have that happen, yes, and they
Couple
got to
times.
hear your cool Southern accent for hours and hours.
Oh, so exciting.
It's a shame. You did that whole thing before we ever met. You had the audiobook done. And, I almost wish I could have been a part of that recording process. Because I know you really struggled with it. And, I don't know. We
Yeah,
spent a
could
lot of
you
time
have
in rooms
voiced
with
it?
microphones. I would have loved to do that. Yeah. But,
I straight up, asked Jenny. I told Jenny in 2 days I'd have this thing knocked out, right? When I went to do it.
But did I bite my tongue?
You never told me anything, which I was like, why didn't you warn me? And I was
Right.
like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go in 2 days. Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to knock this thing out. I mean, heck, I wrote the book. Can't be that hard. 8 weeks later,
It's hard, man.
I really, when you're dyslexic, what you have to do to find fun in reading, what I had to do to make it fun was when you read and things get jumbled, you just kind of jump over it instead of trying to, because if you had to concentrate that hard all the time, it's not fun.
right.
So you just jump over it. And, if you're reading something and you realize you missed something big, you kind of go back and, know you need to pay attention to that part. No big deal.
But when you're reading it out
But when you're
loud-
doing an audiobook, you can't just,
Right.
and even though you wrote it, there's still jumbles on you. So you can't just skip it. So that was some intense focus.
Obviously, you haven't, grown out of dyslexia, right? You still
Nuh-uh.
struggle with that.
Uh-huh.
You ever tried, the colored sheets thing? I've heard that works.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I just found the life hacks around it.
Yeah,
As we
you
talked
just
about,
kinda learn
skipping
to-
the letter
yeah.
here and hiring
What's that?
assistants. And
I've heard that something that helps people with dyslexia they've stumbled onto because my step I guess brother-in-law, a cousin-in-law, soon to be. Yeah,
Okay.
exciting. He has dyslexia, and he has to have, anytime he takes a test or anything at school, he has to have a clear sheet of like teal plastic, like blue, and he lays it on there, and he can read everything. And he's got another friend, and they do like pink, and it works. Like it's something to do with your brain and the way you perceive color and words, and like somehow it comes out as so I don't know. I didn't know if you'd ever.
Oh, interesting.
Give it another shot. Yeah,
we'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
The good thing is I don't have to take a whole lot of tests anymore, so I don't have to.
You're not doing anything really important, so you'll be fine. You're not reading anything really.
Yeah, I found life hacks
Signing
called hiring
contracts.
assistants and
Oh, gosh.
spelling and all
Sure.
that nowadays.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I brought up kind of some of that with the life hack because we still had some of those life hacks to kind of go through.
Yeah.
And also bring up the Second Shot Facebook group. Go join it. Leave us a rating and review. And you can see all the awesome people that are talking about my book, which I think is awesome.
I cut Jenny off on our first segment. I want to hear your life hacks. What else you got?
No,
You have a list. You only got through two. I feel
honestly,
bad.
they're really not that good. Now that I think
I
about
laid
it,
out-
I'm like, I shouldn't have even brought this
I
up.
laid out
These
how
are
to get
stupid.
free food at Chipotle, okay? Like, it's got to be better than whatever
Well,
I had.
then if you do online shopping at Walmart,
Okay.
and
I don't, but I
you are
should.
doing it through the app where you do the grocery pickup, not the delivery, but the pickup. If you order, say, a name brand organic blueberries and they don't have, or no, sorry, generic. If you ordered like the Great Value brand and they don't have it, they will give you the name brand. Same thing with the size. Like if you order the 10 ounce, but they're out of 10 ounce, they'll give you like the 24 ounce. Or if you order like a four little bottles of water and they don't have the 4-pack anymore, they'll give you like 24. I get so much free stuff and name brand stuff from Walmart all the time because they're out. Anyway, that's super random.
it's a good
DM
one.
me and I'll actually give you a code for $10 off. This is so not sponsored by Walmart. They give that to
Whoa,
anybody.
yeah.
But DM me and I will give you the code for
Put in the
$10
code
off.
second shot.
Nice.
My life hacks for getting to the gym and making sure you never ever have an excuse to not work out is if you're doing it in the morning, sleep in your workout clothes. I know that might sound weird, but like if you wake up in your workout clothes, you have to go.
Yeah.
You'd feel weird to like change out of your workout clothes into your work clothes without going to work out. And then also just keep a gym bag in the back of your car. Because I always forget, like I'll want to pack my stuff, but then I forget. So I just keep one with like kind of old gross workout clothes in the back of the car so that if I do
is that
forget.
that smell?
Yeah, that's that smell. But I make it to the gym. Well, I mean, once I wear them the one time, I wash them, but then put them back in. Like an old pair of shoes or something like that with hair bands, and all of you gentlemen need
Sure.
to have the hair bands.
Yes.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Some of us do.
So that maybe
Matt
everybody
got off
does
his
that.
chopped off, so he doesn't need
Yeah.
any more.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so you've got
Probably
life
Yeah.
hacks for looking better and being healthier and eating better. Like, how are these bad life hacks? These are
Hey,
all so much
those
better.
are good.
You know what's
Yeah,
great?
whoa.
I saw a life hack just a while ago on Facebook. It's
Ooh,
not
tell
one I
me.
do currently, but I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
So picture this guy. He was eating spaghetti. So how many times you've been eating spaghetti and go put it in your mouth, and it's like the long strands of spaghetti are hanging down, right? And like if you're at dinner with people or
Like
something.
on Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah, you're like trying to suck it all up in there or whatever. Or
Oh, yeah.
trying to roll it enough to where it's not that long of a string,
Uh-huh.
This dude, as he was eating his spaghetti, had scissors in the other hand, and he went up to his mouth. He cut the
That
scissors.
is
a good one.
disgusting.
I
Spaghetti
thought that was
scissors.
There you go.
genius.
I love it.
Yeah.
Not
I
genius.
thought that was
Yeah.
pure genius.
Well, if you use the scissors that come with the knife set, right? Those are food quality.
Okay,
those
true.
Are food.
Okay,
those
true.
are perfect.
Not
Yeah.
like
Wash
the ones
those.
that you
No,
cut.
yeah.
I just get
obviously.
Brighton scissors that she
There you go,
cuts up
safety
with
scissors.
everything with.
So I've got the cupcake life hack, which if you've still got some vegan cupcakes, this will serve you. Eating cupcakes is a pain because the icing is on top and it gets all over you. So I break off the bottom of the cupcake, like twist off the
Tell me
bottom,
more.
and then put it on the top, and you make like a little sandwich.
Yep.
So you've got the
Frosting.
top of the cupcake on the bottom, the icing, and then the bottom of the cupcake you just put on the top like a little sandwich. And you put them together, and it keeps icing from getting all over your face.
I like that.
That's a good one.
And
Yeah.
it's cleaner.
So
good for kids.
I also
is.
employ very regularly the count to 5 technique, where if there's something I got to do that I don't want to do, like do the dishes or something like that, I sit there, I count to 5, and then I get up and go do it. I don't know if that's necessarily a life hack, but it's something that has served me well by just saying, okay, I'm committed to whenever I get to 5, I'm going to go and do the thing that I need to do. And then one I use almost every day, which I forgot about, was I always have some laundry going. I usually have a load of laundry going. And in the mornings, when I get up and I don't want to have to worry about ironing a shirt, I'll take the shirt that I want to wear, I'll put it in the dryer with the laundry that's going in the dryer. I'll start the dryer up, and in half an hour, when I've had my breakfast and showered and everything like that, I go back to the dryer, pull the shirt out, and it's no wrinkles, and you're good to go.
I like that. So you do the laundry in the house. That's an interesting fun fact.
I do. I do the laundry in the house. Yeah, because my wife overloads the laundry all the time. So I'm always like, you can't put this much stuff in the laundry in the
like
washer.
Your house
it's
is going to set on fire.
Right. Yeah, it's going to break it or something like that. So I just end up doing all the laundry.
That's another life hack. If you don't want to do something, do it really poorly.
Yeah.
And then the other person will do it. That's my favorite one.
Life hack.
Yeah.
It's a
Jenny
crime.
is really good at that.
So good at that one.
Yeah, she's a rock star.
I found my wife just gets mad at me when I do that, and I have to do it again, but correctly. It doesn't ever work that way.
Yeah, she tried to drown Charlie the first time she tried to bathe him.
Enough.
So I bathed him
Did
from
not
then on.
try. She just didn't,
Enough.
Yeah.
Also, we just came up with another one, which is if you want iced coffee, putting it in ice cubes,
Yeah.
ice
Yeah,
cube
there you
trays, and then putting it in your thing. Because my little fake latte that I make, this could be a life hack.
There you go.
My fake healthy protein shake latte is I have my protein shake, like the already ready to drink protein shake, and then I put cold brew in it. So the vanilla, I either do vanilla or chocolate, so it makes it like a mocha, an iced mocha. But then it's like protein and no sugar added, and then a little bit of coffee.
It all works out. All right, I got one. Lately, I've had a little bit more of an opportunity to work from home, and I'm terrible at working from home.
That's hard.
I can't stay focused, and I just can't. So I wanted to find some kind of like co-working space. And the name brand one, WeWork, was like super expensive, and I was like, okay, it's not going to work.
Yeah, they're so expensive.
When was the last time you guys stepped foot in a public library? Oh my God.
It's probably empty too.
Free internet. Nobody is there all day. They got a little coffee shop, super cheap, because it's run by mom and pop place.
Yeah,
they
so
got
why-
library
that's
card
so
is free.
smart.
You got shelves and shelves of every leadership and business book I
Genius.
could ever want. You got free music. They now have, most libraries have audio and
They
video
also have
libraries for
books.
streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can like stream movies on my phone now with my library card, whatever. Like it's
Like even better than Starbucks, it's always packed. There's always
Yeah.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
Why not find the libraries and just go to
yeah,
them?
and if somebody's loud, somebody else comes over and tells them to be quiet. It's the greatest workspace ever.
There's no loiterers.
No. Yeah, you just have
That's
to sit there
actually
and
a
focus and
genius
work.
idea.
Library's the
How
greatest. Yeah.
silly is
Yeah.
that's genius, but it is.
Yeah.
Have you
more
ever
people
heard of
to go
these
to
things called
library.
libraries?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
I'm
true.
glad because I actually have a fear about libraries closing down
Oh, man.
because people are not, checking out books. A lot of libraries have decided to do other things. They rent out other things so that they don't have to
Yeah.
rely just on books. but,
Magazines and
yeah.
tons of stuff.
DVDs.
DVDs.
I love that, and I think that's a really good one for a lot of self-employed people trying to do side jobs, side
Yeah.
hustles, and stuff. Because Starbucks is packed all the time, and it's always a lot of
Small
people.
and it's tight and the music's a little
Yeah,
loud.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
And
that's
I
a
run
great
into
one.
people I know and
Yeah.
have
Not
conversations.
the library. Oh,
Not the
you'll never
library.
see anybody you know. Yeah, it's great.
Is that telling about the people we hang out with? Well, I guess I'm not one that goes to the library either.
Yeah, it does make me feel old though. My parents are like, "You're doing what? The public library?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's the greatest."
I will
Yeah.
say, if you've never been to the Dallas Public Library downtown, it's a really cool place to visit, and they have
Yeah.
a lot of. It's almost like a museum in some respects. So
And you might see Zach there.
Yeah,
You might, yeah.
Valley Ranch Public Library. I won't talk to you because we're not supposed to talk, but I'll wave. I'll be like, who's that
He'll
weird
be
person
in
with
his
the
That
second
would
headphones?
be
shot.
the
Yeah.
problem, though, if you can't
Right.
talk on the phone.
Well, you got to get up and walk out.
Yeah.
But you know what? Hey, you know what? You sit there, work for an hour and a half. You take a phone call, get up, get outside, get some sunshine,
Oh, that's
walk
for
around a
sure.
little bit.
I like
Yeah.
walking around.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's
Yeah.
right next to a couple places that
God.
have
Life hack, check email number 1.
Hey,
Here is my life hack, which I only started one day ago, so I just don't even want to hear it from you, Heath.
Uh-huh.
I don't even want to hear it. I have been spending way too much time in looking at emails while I'm like doing every other thing. It's super inefficient, and when I'm trying to spend time with my family, it's just it's not good. So now I have my alarm set for 3 times a day. Those are the 3 times that I'm allowed to check my email. And other than that, if anyone needs anything from me, then I'm sure that they will call me, and I can take that call, like if it's urgent.
Yeah.
You got an alarm set to go off
I have
with.
an
That's
alarm
cool.
set so that I know, okay, this is my window of time to get in there and check email, to respond to email, to delete stuff. Because what I was doing is I was seeing an email because I have like these other projects that I'm working on, I'm trying to get excited about, and I want to be getting the emails. So I'm constantly checking to see if anyone's replying. and it takes up my whole day. It dominates my day.
I'm terrible at this.
So now if I set it, I know that I don't, and plus it's like my time to delete all the like random Groupon emails and junk email and stuff like that I probably should have already unsubscribed to. But I'm still subscribed to because what if they send a good deal?
Every time you're like, why am I subscribed to this
but 3 times a day is sufficient. One of them is before Brighton wakes up. One of them is in the afternoon when she is napping. And one of them is after she goes to bed. So anyway, I got to go, you guys, because it's my email time.
So where can they find you?
JennyAndChondo.com. Email me and I'll check it 3 times a day. On social media at Jenny Ann Chondo, which is ANCHONDO.
At Apple Zackintosh on Twitter and Instagram. Facebook.com/groups/second shot. Drop your hot life hacks. I'm sure you guys have some that put us to shame. I can't wait to hear them.
You can find me, Matt Stoker1, on Instagram and in the Facebook group Say Hello.
Second Shot Facebook group. Drop us your life hacks. I agree with you. I want to know y'all's life hacks. I think this has been really kind of cool, and I hope you got a little bit out of it. We love y'all, and see you next time.